See, the first sign of trouble for the long side was the inability to get back up above the blue line. T1 today, 49.5, 50 and a quarter. You should be paid 52 to 50 and a quarter. Stops down in trailers for that 49 and a half target, which is T1. Below that, the air pocket that Zeke has talked about. I like this test of 48. And below this, I think below the IB, good fortune. It's a very, very nice regression trade today. Back into the 40s. Thank you, Zeke. Interesting post. Zeke is referring to the demon from Friday. So if we're taking a look at that potential resistance on Friday, then that could turn around now to be support, is what Zeke is saying, and that's at 47. We'd picked earlier the idea of 48. Make sure you're paid if you came into 48s, right? Early this morning. That was just an arbitrary idea, weighing all of the possibilities that, okay, no matter what, this is your, remember how as a coach, if you guys ever coach softball or baseball or whatever, which I have, we always told the kids to think ahead, know what you're going to do with the ball when it's hit to you. Can't wait until it's hit to you and then say, now what do I do? Where do I throw? How many outs? What's the inning? What's the score? Who's up? Who's up next? How many men on base? The ball's hit to you. What are you going to do? Double play, infield in, throwing home. This is the same idea. Before the play even starts, we want to know areas to do business. So can we go more? Sure. Will we? That's the hard part. Yes, maybe, but maybe not all in one shot. But it clearly tells us that the big boys preferred a regression trade today. Well, we've got a lot of work to do backside. But we've got other ideas too, such as beginning of the month bias and rollover, all kinds of conflicting news that could hit. So that's why step by step, works. You got your 49.5, 50 area, great. Below that, good fortune. And what do we have for T2 today? We talked about that earlier. I've got 44.75, call it 45. So possible to close it gap, but I think that's the piece that gets us in trouble if we want too much. So I'm going to again continue to call for be conservative with your expectations. And we had a little pop at the open, and then we've had a contra so far to the day's range. Until we close that gap, take out that gap, anything south side is a contra.